Hotei, Western Sydney University, studying a Bachelor of Health Science HPE.
And I'm Matt, a third-year history student at Western Sydney University.
Throughout this presentation, we will be focusing on the levels of sedentary behaviour in adolescents' lives, specifically those in high schools. First, it is important to address what is sedentary behaviour. Time spent sitting or lying down is what we refer to as sedentary behaviour. This usually occurs in long amounts of time to be considered sedentary. Some examples of sedentary behaviour could be lying down watching television, sitting in an office at work, and even sitting in a classroom. There are many health issues associated with being sedentary in children. Studies have found that being more sedentary can lead to higher blood pressure and cholesterol. It is very likely that being sedentary from a young age will impact on your life as you age and become more open to risk factors. Having large amounts of screen time for children can lead to low self-esteem, poor social behaviours, and slower development in the brain. Having slow development in the brain then impacts on children's schooling, as they may not be able to keep up in the class, and teachers will need to spend more time with them, ensuring they understand what is being taught. So some of the benefits and national guidelines of physical activity are taking part in physical activity. This can lead to many benefits. These range from reduced risk of heart attack, being in a healthy weight range, lower levels of cholesterol, and many more. It is important for all individuals to follow the Australian national guidelines when it comes to health and being physically active. The Australian Government's physical activity guidelines states that accumulating between 150 to 300 minutes of moderate or 75 minutes to 150 minutes of vigorous exercise weekly is the national standard. It is important to be completing some type of physical activity per day, whether it's going to the gym or just walking each morning. If you don't participate in exercise daily, then it's better to be doing something than nothing. Even if you start by doing 15 to 30 minutes per day, then gradually working your way up to the national guidelines.
Here in this graph, the Australian Government has produced infographics on the levels of sedentary behaviour of the average Australian. Here it shows us that between 50 and 70% of waking hours are spent being sedentary, which is equivalent to 8 to 12 hours per day. This graph here shows that people spend 57% of their time being sedentary, 4% of their time taking part in light activities, and 39% completing health-enhancing activities. So in this last graph, we are focusing on the age group of 12 to 17-year-olds, as they would be high school students. The average time of a 12 to 17-year-old watching TV and videos is 85 minutes per day. For electronic games, the average is 27 minutes per day. Spending time on computer and internet for homework is 45 minutes per day. And for the computer and internet, general use is 12 minutes per day.
So how can physical activity impact on sedentary behaviour? A great way to become more active is starting your day with some physical activity. Over the past 30 years, there has been a steep decline in students walking or riding their bikes to school, with most children now being driven to school. By getting all your classmates together, you can all meet up in the morning and either ride or walk to school. Not only is this a great way for minimising time spent being sedentary, but it's also good for a social factor as well. Why are we targeting this group? Well, as young individuals, it is very important to stay fit and healthy, so that as you age, you are more open to a healthier lifestyle. As we are now in the technology era, there are more and more digital games, use of computers, iPads and television. By taking part in these activities, such as video and computer games, this impacts on your sedentary behaviour, which can then lead to a certain risk factor, such as obesity and many more. Through research studies, as years go on, the younger generations are not completing their required amounts of physical activity per day. As we are focusing on high school students, it is important to state that the blame cannot entirely be put on the education system. There are many schools that introduce extracurricular activities for students to take part in, while it is completely up to the student if they choose to participate. Without the use of physical activity, the generations are going to get lazier and lazier, so it is important to address sedentary behaviour levels and the risk factors that can be attained if students don't do anything about it. Some of the risk factors due to sedentary behaviour can include cardiovascular disease, increased risk to diabetes type 2, obesity, and some forms of cancer.
Our 8-week program is called the Active Legends Challenge. To give a brief overview of this program, it can be described as a rewards-based fitness challenge that pits students against one another in a friendly competition. Competition acts as a motivator, whilst rewards act as positive reinforcement. This program targets physical activity levels in adolescent males to help reduce sedentary behaviour. A secondary effect targeted is to reduce the students' engagements in risk factors for health. Examples include drug use and overexposure to technology. The prize pool consists of 4 major categories. You have minor, mid-tier, major, and ultimate prizes. Minor prizes include signed balls and signed flags from any team of choice. Mid-tier prizes include family passes to regular season games, flip-out vouchers, Wet n Wild day passes, a Sky Peaks Adventure High Ropes course voucher, and for those who are over 16, a paintball voucher. Major prizes include a signed jersey from any team of choice, and the chance to flip a coin at a local Western Sydney sporting match. Due to the opposing calendars of the A-League and the NRL seasons, and the fact that Western Sydney is often referred to as Rugby League Heartland, the program will be run during the NRL season. This means coin tosses can only be performed during NRL matches. Ultimate prizes are for the last week only. The prize is that the winner gets an all-access behind-the-scenes look at their club for game day. They get to go into the sheds and sit on the sidelines with the players during the game. The only rules with the prizes are that no student can win the same prize twice. The Active Legends Challenge is to be set in a high school in Western Sydney. This will target our specific age group. We will start at week 0, where we will go into the high school, visit classes one by one to distribute accelerometers to the students. We'll explain to the children what accelerometers do, how to wear them, and why they should wear them. Yet we will not explain the challenge just yet. Posters like this will be set up around the school to amp hype, as well as promotional videos on social media websites linked to the school, as well as on our own website. We will collect the accelerometers on Friday to interpret the data over the weekend and return on Monday. During week 1, we will return the accelerometers at the beginning of the week, after analysing the data. We will deliver the data to each student during the week and let them see the individual statistics. We will show the students which areas they need to improve on by showing them National Australian guidelines. During week 2, we will return and deliver educational information regarding the harm of sedentary behaviour and the benefits of physical activity. We will again collect their accelerometers on Friday. We will tell the students that there's an app available that shows the data collected from the accelerometers, but the app only shows week-to-week updates from the accelerometers. There is also a function on the app that tracks students' movement, like Pokemon Go, but without Pokemon. It is limited to 25 kilometers per hour, so they cannot drive and collect data. During week 3, we will visit the school on Monday with 3 local sports heroes. During assembly, we will announce that the challenge is on, and there will be prizes for those who participate. Accelerometers will be returned on Monday and collected at the Friday at the end of each class. Data can be found online or, again, on the Active Legends Challenge mobile app. There will be 2 prizes this week. One for the student who records the most improved data, and the prize for the student who records the most physical activity overall. Both prizes this week are major prizes, and students who rank 2nd and 3rd are awarded mid and minor tier prizes. During week 4, we will return the accelerometers on Monday to each student and again collected on Friday afternoon. We will tell the student that this week's prizes goes to the most improved once again, as well as the individual that records the highest amount of vigorous, moderate, and light activity. The most improved will win a mid-tier prize, and the 3 remaining will win a minor prize this week. Now, if a student wins the vigorous and the moderate and the light, they won't get all 3. It will go to the next highest in the category. During week 5, once again, accelerometers are returned and collected on Monday and Friday. This week, the roll call that records the most activity will win a minor prize for each student. Major prizes go to the student that records the most activity this week, and the most improved gets a mid-tier prize. During week 6, accelerometers are collected and distributed as per usual. Major prize goes to first place in most improved and most activity overall, with mid-tier prizes going to the students that place 2nd and minor prizes for the students who place 3rd to 5th this week. During the 7th week, The accelerometers are once again distributed on Monday and collected on Friday as per usual. We will get the 3 local stars back this week, and we'll get them to tell the students that this will be the last week of competition, and that they will not want to miss out on the major prizes. Prizes will be given to the most improved throughout the whole month, the student that recorded the most physical activity overall, the student that has recorded the most vigorous, moderate, and light activity, and for every student that reaches the national guidelines for activity, they are rewarded with a poster like this, signed from the stars of the Active Legends Challenge. During the 8th week, accelerometers are not returned, but the prize winners are announced. The overall winners of the varying intensities will win major prizes each. The student that has recorded the best overall activity and the student that has recorded the most improved throughout the entire session. Those two will win the ultimate prize. Education sessions are run this week with the aid from our 3 local sports stars once again. This is in the hope to ensure that the students will continue their good sports behaviour without material incentive. This program is run in the aim to reduce sedentary lifestyles for teenage males in Western Sydney by giving them the chance to meet their heroes. We hope this program will have longer lasting effects than the 8 weeks it is run for. Do you want the chance to meet your sporting hero and win awesome prizes? Then you have to participate in the Active Legends Challenge. Look for it soon in a school near you.